One day I'm
Did you know Santa's elves make $13 an hour?
Wait, who?
Wow.
Oh yeah, I know. I applied.
Why don't they make more?
I applied. I saw
No, there
applied.
are people out there that are making less than Santa's elves. Could you imagine?
Yeah, I thought that was big. They was like $13 an hour to be there and be like, hey, you this way. Come
Take
on.
a photo.
Go on and get on Santa's lap. Smile.
Oh, that kind. Oh.
That's easy money.
Making $13 an hour at the mall.
And you ain't
That's
doing
a
nothing
fucking
but waving to the little kids in the line. That's great.
Okay, yeah, that's great.
That's good money.
Yeah,
The kids is already happy. I
Do
ain't
you
got
know
work.
how terrible it has to be to be like, the elf is making more money than me?
yeah, yeah.
Welcome to House Wine, and today's episode we're going to talk about money and securing the bag.
Cars and clothes. Be quiet.
The wine that we're trying today is Levita. I could be messing that up, as I said before. It's a Spanish wine that is imported from Florida.
Oh, we can't drink that.
And it has a deep cherry color with red berries and cherries. It's supposed to be fresh and harmonious flavors.
Yeah, it sounds interesting.
This one is 14 Hands Winery, Hot to Trot. It's a smooth red blend. It's a 2018 Colombian wine. Aromas of red fruits with smooth flavors of cherry and black raspberry. And it is 13.5% alcohol.
We like that. We like that. Because that's that Colombian stuff, and good things come from the
And I'm Sade, also known as at Just Day or at OMG It's Just Day or www.omg It's Just Day.
We ain't going to talk about that.
I'm
Twitter.
Terry Lawson. I am TERRIBERRIEZ.
This is our guest.
Where can they follow you?
They can follow me at TERRIBERRIEZ on Facebook or TERRIBERRIEZ on Instagram or Such a Lady on Twitter.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
such a lady.
Alright,
Such
yeah.
a lady. Yes.
I don't know.
Don't start that silly.
It's too late. I tapped her, and it's like I said, it's tickle me Emma. There must be a button over here somewhere.
Oh, there is actually a button.
Right here. Ooh.
Did we get?
I'm gonna need you not to old man laugh. Okay.
Tell people who you are.
What is your name?
I'm going to take this away.
Young
After
lady.
Oh,
Young
God.
lady.
Such a Lady on Twitter.
Ugh. You gonna hurt your throat. Oh, the veins in your head. Oh. Okay. I got that.
Figure we're going to do this one.
I
first,
want.
since it's a quarter. See, she changed it.
No,
That's okay.
what's your name?
Hang on, Lindsay. You can wait.
You can wait.
You can follow me at Nicholson and 89.
you should know me by now. It's Angeline TV. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys are following us on Facebook, Instagram, Anchor. If you don't want to watch us, you can always listen to us. And I'm actually uploading a whole lot of new content to Anchor because I guess I was behind my whole badness. But you can always, go on there and check out the new content. And we dropping new content because, we got guests.
The episodes drop first on YouTube, I believe.
Yes.
Because your two hands is very dry.
Is it? Oh, I didn't even taste it yet.
It's very tart.
Who's the what?
Like, it's not even tart. It's
That
just,
and we're coming from sleep.
no, it's just dry. There's no.
Does it get your finger?
There's none of the notes of cherry or blackberry in there. I don't taste that.
There's no note to nobody in there. It ain't singing.
And I don't even like.
It ain't even.
It don't like. Usually.
Yes, probably.
Taste it. It's not bad.
It's not bad at all. No, I don't want it.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, 14 hands. It's a hands down. It's a hands down. It's not terrible. It's just not from what we coming from.
Yeah,
to this.
That's true.
We're coming from Franzia's fruity red sangria. So that was our warm up, and then we took shots of a peanut butter whiskey, which was also sweet. So anything that we drink afterwards is going to not do it. But either way, it.
I don't want to.
It's okay.
I admit it.
It's okay.
I am a wino a little bit, but I'm the same one. Thank you, Charlotte.
So you're more of a sweet wine drinker.
Yes, I'm a sweet wine
sweet,
drinker.
fruity.
Yes,
Okay.
definitely. I am an ice wine girl.
See? Oh, I've
Okay.
never had ice wine.
We know this for next time. Because you will come back
Well,
on.
ice wine, yeah, I'll definitely be back. Thank you guys for having me anyway.
All right, so that's a good segue. Tell us about you and what you do and how you got started.
Well, my name is Terry. I'm owner, operator, and CEO of TERRIBERRIEZ. And how I got started is I was in a somewhat of a rough patch in 2013 health-wise. Moving forward to 2014, someone comes to me and asked me, Terry, can you do this? That was basis of how I got to where I am today. Can you do this? Of course I can. I say yes. How about I couldn't, but in my mind I could. So I went on filled orders, collectively for strawberries. It was coming up on Valentine's Day. So I make these strawberries, my version, and I distribute them evenly to everyone who placed an order. In boxes, you could not see them. They were just little fold-up boxes. I had my girlfriend cleaning strawberries for me. I bought chocolate melters. Like, I went all out to start this because someone challenged me. Needless to say, it was successful.
That's how it always
And that's how it got started. I started having promotional things like burger bashes, going to local restaurants and bars, gathering people around to buy my products. And people were coming. So at that point, I said, yes, I can. Pull a crowd of people. Yes, I can.
Hell yeah,
Sell
you
a
can.
product. So at this point, I'm selling products. I'm drawing groups of people. I migrate onto working a bar. So now people are migrating to me. They know the kind of person I am, and I continue to sell my products. So I continued what I started in lieu of whatever. So here I am going on 9 years later, still making much better strawberries. I am queen of the game. All right. So yes, I know how to no drip. I'm very clean. I can do it. Always willing to learn, constantly educate myself though, because you're never ahead of the game. You're in it.
Right.
You're never
And
ahead of the
as
game.
long as you are still alive, you're still learning.
Yes, every day. And so I always, try to, add, not always, but for the most part, I try to add something new to my menu. I am blessed to have the ability to cook. I can cook. So that's kind of also my advantage. in pulling together Terry Berries. So that's just the sweet part of the story. That's how I got started. So then Terry Berries is a 2-part business. So
It's a sweet boutique and cafe.
right, exactly.
Mm.
Yeah. So
I
the
love
cafe part is I make deli sandwiches. So I make a kick-ass corned beef sandwich, turkey sandwich, any sandwich with the freshest ingredients I can get my hands on locally. And I just get them out there because that's what the people want. And I think it's a way to satisfy your craving, fill up on an inexpensive meal, and it's hearty. You know what I mean? You can have half for lunch, half for dinner.
And that
You
makes
can
you feel
add
like
an
you get
egg.
the value.
Yeah,
And it sets you apart. So what made you determine, like, I'm going to do sandwiches instead of what everybody else was doing, which is soul food?
I figure, first of all, there's enough people doing soul food. And I, as most of us did, grew up on soul food. Okay, so we got that down pat. So why continue? Why not do something different? Honest to God.
Right.
Honest
They
to
go home
goodness.
and get soul food.
And the first thing you hear, like, yeah, we can all sit down in front of a plate of soul food for real, or around a smorgasbord of soul food. And guess the people sitting with us, raise your hands if you're a diabetic.
Right.
4 people raise their hand. You know, raise your hand if you have some type of gout or some type
High
of,
blood pressure.
you know, exactly. Here come the eating restrictions along with the pork, the salt, the constant, and that's just a life. It's not what it is. No, let me clear it. It's not that you are indulging in yams and greens and ham. It's not that. It's that you have been doing it since you've been damn near born. So at this point, it has taken a toll on most of our health. And at a point, I'm tired of sitting around a whole bunch of unhealthy people talking about what they can't do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm
they all
watching
sitting there talking about, girl, let me tell you about my high blood pressure.
Three of my aunts done busted up in here and they all got canes. I'm like, oh, okay.
What?
So,
Pull up.
yeah, so at some point you're like, okay, I am blessed with the ability to cook. I can cook anything. So I cook something different. I introduced hibachi to my menu. I do cupcakes. I got the sandwiches on lock, which I incorporate a lot of fresh ingredients. You know what I mean? If I knew how to bake my own bread, I probably would do that. But I don't. So I incorporated hibachi. So I use fresh broccoli, fresh peppers, fresh asparagus. Sometimes, hey, I'll do oyster mushrooms. I do regular mushrooms. I give you your option of ramen or rice. Yeah, you still get to pick your protein. So you could pick meat, you could pick beef, you could pick chicken, you could pick salmon. Some people, you know, you could pick nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those like 5 ingredients, that range gives you so many options to the heavy
and you can cater
protein.
to so many different diets.
Yeah.
You know, some people, you know, they don't eat meat. So they're like, you
That's
know,
me half the time.
I just want
Ramen and vegetables.
ramen and vegetables. You know, or maybe I just want vegetables.
Or rice and vegetables.
Right.
Or maybe
You
I
know,
just want fish.
and to have that option, you've cornered the market, and then you broaden your audience.
Right.
You broaden your horizon.
Yeah,
Because
and that's
you make
what I
a
want
lot
to do.
of different meals, a lot of different foods and everything. It's like you
So
will
they
not
come
have
with
the same
everything.
exact meal from last time.
Everything.
No, and honestly, I give it up to my soul fooders. And it's crazy because even though we sit and have this conversation, today I fried fish all day. So it's like I still have that gray area where I gotta cater to the people.
That's what
I have to.
Yeah.
But at some point, I am looking to evolve.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to fry no fish or no chicken wings. That's just not what I want to do.
But you have the capability.
Yeah, I have the
You wanted to show
capability.
that
And I
you
feel
can-
like I'm like, I got enough people I can go to their house, or I can cook my own soul food. I don't need that.
Hair-wise.
You know, I want somebody like you. You know, I want to go and eat what you got. You know, I want somebody that's good, that I know she gonna have something different. You know, I want that corned beef sandwich. You know, I want the pickles on there. I want that fresh lettuce.
I'm gonna need all of that. I'm gonna need that hibachi.
There was this one girl.
Thank you.
We had a New Year's party, and this one girl. It's like people sat there and invited more people, plus one, like times 50, but not really times 50, but times 5. But this one girl came that we didn't know, and she sat there and asked if Angel sits there.
She asked for nutrition facts.
Yeah,
She asked me for nutrition facts. She was like, do you know how many calories are in like a serving
and
of
she
this or
asked for
serving of that?
Angel to cater
And
to
I
it.
said, I've never in all my days. I didn't even that wasn't even on my radar. I was just cooking.
Right.
I never thought about the fact that somebody might, like you said,
Right.
you look around you and you're like, yo, this person got high blood pressure. This person, got gout. And how does my food affect this person?
Or how am I helping this
Also,
person?
Right.
how did you get here, though? First of all,
Right.
If you go to someone and they're catering, not even catering, if you go to someone's house and they're cooking and you ask them for nutritional facts,
That was my first thing was,
she
what?
also-
Yeah,
she
it was
also
the right
asked you-
question, wrong environment.
Yeah.
Right, but she
Wrong
also
answer.
asked you if you could cook for her. event
I
that
did, but
was
she
having.
she was very adamant about having nutrition facts. And I'm like, do I look like Jenny Prince? I can't do that.
Right. There's some things I just can't do.
I wouldn't know the first thing about measuring something out and saying, okay, well, I use a cup of this and this is this amount of calories time. I'm not doing that.
You guys do exactly what your heart feels to do. How much measurement you're gonna put inside this fish. You know how much measurement you're gonna put inside this chicken.
Besides the
You
fact
know
that
you're
I'm
gonna
like,
season
what's
this
the point?
chicken.
At that point, what's the point?
Yeah, do you want it or not, kind of, sort of.
Right.
But this is the thing about that. She did want it.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted it from the way you were making it. She just wanted to assure that it was going to probably be proper.
Yeah.
In whatever terms proper was to her.
Yeah.
But she wanted what you made because it probably was something she never even experienced.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's what you always want to bring to the table, which gives you the bag.
And I think that's what you're doing. You're cornering the market because, for us as a people, they automatically think fried chicken. They automatically think soul food.
Crazy to me.
They automatically think, oh, you're going to fry something.
How many places do you want to get it though? And it kills me. Like,
Do you want it with the lemon pepper on it? Do you want it with the wing
fried
dust?
chicken? No, but the Salvatore's does, Murray's
Right,
does.
right.
I mean, all within like 17 steps.
And then now,
Goodfellas.
do you get the people that almost look at you weird when you be like, I mean, I can, but that's not what I'm.
That's
That's not what I'm doing.
A lot of my people, I wouldn't say look at me weird because they love me so much. I would say my people say they almost expect me to do everything.
Yeah.
And that's what they expect me.
I mean, like,
They're
I hear what you
like,
can,
Terry, Terry, I know you was making hibachi, but is you doing that again next week?
oh,
That's what I get. Like
Which one is
90%.
that?
That's that.
Is
new
that
one.
the
It's
other
really
one?
bad.
it'll hit you really quickly.
Oh no. I'll stick to what I've been drinking.
Taste it.
What's this? What's this?
It's that. Just taste
She
it.
said it's la beta. La beta.
It makes you pucker your face.
No.
It reminds me of like a warhead.
No way.
It reminds me of a
That's so
warhead.
bad.
Yeah, got it. Fingers.
Warhead candies. Isn't
The very outside, that little lemony part.
I don't need
Oh
to
my
be convinced. It's written all over your faces. I love it.
Oh, actually, I tasted it, but
But you
I
got it,
didn't
you gotta
do what
pucker
they
it.
did.
Yeah, right
I just
here.
have to let it hit my lip
Yeah.
I'm
and
so
everything.
pissed.
Yeah, definitely. Because the
I
warhead be so sour, it almost be like.
You gotta pucker.
don't like that. It just makes my teeth like it.
Alright, so since you've always, what I've admired about your business strategy is you've always shopped local. So, does the supply chain thing, is it affecting your business? Because
You know what? No. Honestly, no, because it's so basic and it's like super fresh. And when you shop local, honestly, I'm gonna say it may have but the people are so locally close to you, and they're down for your cause. Also, they make sure you're okay. Now, yes, things have changed as far as that. Oh, can I get it today, quick, or can I get so much the day before? Or they might be like, hey, Terry, no, you can't get that much the day before, but if you break it down within 2 days, you know, but so, you know, so yeah, they work with me.
And that's I think that's beautiful. You
I
know,
wish I
especially
could
when
do
you work
more.
with people around your, you know, your community and stuff, that, you know, you begin to have a rapport with these people, and you know, they respect you because they know what you're doing, and they understand that you're not asking just because you're asking. You're asking because you're doing something,
Right.
you know.
And to touch on that again, Angel, that's the thing. They know because you're doing something. I can call one of my wholesalers right now and say, I know this is after hours. I know that you're closed. I will be there at 7 o'clock in the morning. Latest 7:40. I need A, B, and C. Please, if there's any discrepancies, call me at this number. If there's any discrepancies, they will call me. If there is not, I can show up tomorrow at 7:40 and leave.
And that's what you need. Not,
And I swear it's, you know, it's because they know what I'm doing. And prices have changed. To add to your point, Sade, prices have oh my goodness.
We just talked
But
about
you
this.
still keep your sandwiches at $11, which is admirable.
Yeah.
It's like
And
every
people are like, a lot of people like in the hood, they think $11 is a lot for a sandwich, but if you've seen how big the sandwiches are,
Yeah, we're talking about 2 meals.
chips.
Not
Two meals plus.
not only if you've seen how much the sandwiches are, it's $11, but still, do you know how much it actually costs inside store? Do you know how much this meat costs? Yeah, I'm giving you a hell of a deal.
Yeah, because there might be once upon a time that meat cost so much a pound, but today, this is what it is. Like, it's just like tomatoes. You might go to, I went
But
to
you're still
Sam's
making
Club
a profit, aren't you?
Yeah, pretty much. You know, pretty much I am. But the thing about getting a bag is, you start how you finish. You start high. I had $11 sandwiches 2 years ago because I already knew at some point. Of course, nobody projected COVID, but at some point, there's going to be a difference in price in your product. Pickles ain't always going to be $2.99. One day they're going to be $3.99.
Right.
So instead of me quarter and diming you every 6 months,
I want to keep it
at
at
the
a point
beginning
where
of the year,
I may make a little
watch
less
what you
profit,
see.
but I'm making a profit.
I'm going to make a profit, and I'm going to be okay.
Right.
Because by the time this slope comes, I should have something different on my radar where my money should be coming from.
Right.
And you have so many different things that it's like, if
That
I don't make it
revenue.
here, I'm going to make it
I
up
gotta
over
make
there.
it over here. So yeah. So when I started with $11 sandwiches, you can look at me crazy. You appreciate that today though. That little $11 sandwich with a bag of chips and a pickle? Yeah, good night. When the triangle every year has been creeping up.
Oh, yeah.
$13.25, $13.75, $14.25,
Right.
$14.75, $15.25,
Right.
$16.50.
Yeah.
They're not consistent with their quality of flavor.
And that's
No.
One day I'll get a sandwich that's
And
really
it's
good,
bomb, and then the next day it's
I'm
like, this
It's
is
not.
good.
great. You can't
I'm like,
skip
okay,
around.
so I'm gonna come the same exact time I did last time to try to get the
It's
same
not.
cook, but the food still
It
is
ain't
And
even
yeah,
that,
who
it's just
got
not-
cook schedule time? Who got time to watch the cook? Like, so I just, like I said, I try to keep it. I did start out a little bit on the higher scale because I knew, really I started out with $9 sandwiches. Then I was like, $11.
This ain't doing it. Right.
So I never have to really raise the bar.
Because
My sandwich is always probably going to be to the day I go out of
and
here
the thing
$11.
is about that is, you know, people like people to be dependable and constant. And once they know that you consistently give them a good product, you consistently keep your prices the way that they are, you know, and they're not gonna worry about the $11 because they know they're getting a good. You know that every time you get a Terryberry sandwich or any Terryberry product, you know it's fire.
I had a vegan
Thank
sandwich
you.
that was really good. The vegan sandwich was delicious.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
So, how many employees do you have to? Just you? Is it just you?
I don't have no employees.
You heard?
Yes. As soon as I find a way to pay you, I will know.
I work for food.
And that's the thing. Like, no, I don't
I work
have
for
any
sandwiches.
employees.
You do it all yourself.
God has blessed me with a team of and a family of kick-ass volunteers
Hell,
that do not mind putting their hands in gloves and masks
because
on their faces.
they are investing
and they
in the
will
dream.
stand on their feet and they will,
They invested in
work
the
it
dream.
out till the job is done.
And you know what's funny? We touched on this on an episode before about how money in different communities multiplies, and how I speak on this a lot. How Jewish communities their money multiplies like 100 times. White communities 200 times. Asian communities however much, but it multiplies. Black communities it don't multiply because we can't seem to pull ourselves together. You have found a way to pull the people around you together for a common cause, a common goal, and it's working. And you're making it work.
Thank you. And then with that being said, like, truth is, it's God, and it's not easy. Like, it's not easy to get people to believe in you. But my family believes in me so wholeheartedly, and I try to devote my time, energies, and efforts, and just try to do good by my community, because my community means everything to me. I don't care who's in it, and I don't care what they do. It means the world to me. I fucks with the 15104 so deep. I don't know why, but I fuck with them. And they've enabled me to move around, shake, and grow. Like, even with the school board. Like, I don't know, it's just a blessing. So when I ask and when I get a bigger job, everybody seems to step in. And that helped me to move on, because now getting the bag, that's nice. But guess what? People ain't always buying.
You gotta keep it.
There you go.
You gotta keep the
And that's the
bag.
thing. A lot of people think that, okay, I got the bag, right? I'm making this money. I got it. They think for some reason they gotta prove it. They gotta prove to people who ain't invested in
Nothing.
what they're doing. They gotta prove that they've obtained the bag. So they go out and buy things that they can't afford and invest in other people's companies that ain't got nothing to do with them. Jordan, Mercedes, Lexus, Toyota, whatever it is. Tesla. All these people that they got the bag, they've kept the bag, they're going to keep getting the bag and keeping the bag, but you just got your bag and you done spent your bag on them. Why?
So
Get the bag, keep the bag.
Keep it.
Keep it.
And you only
Multiply
keep it
the
when
bag.
you do what they do, though. Do you see Tesla sells cars nation to nation, not neighbor to neighbor? I ain't selling cars in Swiss from Redding. I'm selling cars in Europe. I'm selling cars in New York. I'm selling cars in
Because once
Belize.
you cornered the market on something that like you said before, I can do this. I know I can do this because I've proven I can do this. Now I'm good at it. I'm dope at this. Oh, everybody can get it.
Everybody can get some.
TERRIBERRIEZ,
And then you expand.
International.
And then you expand.
Yeah.
Because now it's time for me to really go. At this point, it's time for me to go to the next level of TERRIBERRIEZ. TERRIBERRIEZ started at the bottom. 9 years later, she's above a tabletop. Okay, you get people around the table just like we are here. If you get to a table, now you can start bringing people in.
To the table. You got to bring the people to the
You
table.
can't not be table level talking about, oh, this one, I got a team. No, you don't. You got some building to do.
Right.
You got to get these legs on the table.
You got a foundation.
You gotta get this.
sit there and build the building.
I got
Right.
this.
What's the hardest part? What was the hardest part of starting up your business?
Getting people to believe in you. Being consistent. Getting to the table. Showing people over and over again, without fail, I'm going to be here. There were Christmases when TERRIBERRIEZ, I had a title, I had a business card, I had a t-shirt. I didn't make shit. If the title and all that is great, if you do not have no action behind your product, you are done, son. Forget it. And that's where your ambition that I can do it comes. You got to keep that. Because when people ain't biting, you have to continue to think, I can do this. I can keep this room full of people. I got this. What are you doing to keep people, what am I doing to keep people interested in me is I'm forever evolving. And I'm constantly communicating. I might communicate the same thing 5 times, but 4 different ways. I'm not going to I just need your attention. Once I got your attention, you know I'm consistent. I don't got to do it every day. You see my you see my trust. I am consistent. I might have 4 corned beef sandwiches, but now as a business, again, I've grown to be tabletop. I got enough people to say, I don't got to post every day. You know I've come through. You've never got nobody. I might not have had the spot on product. I might have had a slippery icing. I might have almost been late. But guess what? I showed up and it was my best. And that shit was good. Period. Like, fuck that. That shit was good. So,
And you know it was.
and you already know. And you called me again. So, with that being like with that being the basis of it, it's time for me to do something else. Because like you said, you got to keep that bag.
Right.
All right, it ain't always going to be strawberries and
I'm
terryberries.
telling y'all
Here
right
comes
now.
a young cat. Doing a little snazzier than Terryberries' old butt. Now, how long you going to do that, Terryberry? I'm going to do this, but now it's time for me to elevate because here comes THC. Here comes new things to the game. Here comes CBD. Here comes
I get
THC.
excited
Here
when you
comes
start
all
talking
that
about
shit. So I got a trend. How can I either trend off, but how can I incorporate what I already got and what I'm keeping and what I've already grown to tabletop into this?
TERRIBERRIEZ after dark.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait, hold on,
Infused
Hold on, wait, no.
Terry.
TERRIBERRIEZ after dark eatery.
Real talk.
Y'all all close.
I'm gonna need
Terry
you to-
Berry got dank berries. I've collaborated with dank berries. So
I heard about them dank berries though.
yeah, I haven't brought them quite to the forefront, front visibly, but I've made them so many
Especially,
times.
like, I'm interested
Love it.
to see how it goes for, as long as it's CBD and not THC.
Yes. So we're working on the logistics of it all.
Well, can't y'all do Delta 8? Because that's legal, right? 'Cause I mean,
Delta 8 is legal, yes.
yeah. I mean,
Well, right now I'm working on my certification. I will tell you that.
you know.
So I always want to be legit so that when we do expand our business into the CBD market and we start to medicate our sweet tooth, customers, we're right, but that's just another milestone that we have to not only meet people, gravitate to expand, that takes us to another stage.
And that brings you into a whole different market and a whole different community of people.
Yeah, that takes me to different states because
Yeah.
here where we sit, it's not legal.
You in a
but
box.
in VA,
But
it
if
is.
you go over
Right.
there,
Yes,
Everywhere else, it is.
when I go here, it is. So
you see that dark, shady
There's
area
only
over there?
very
That's where
few,
we're headed.
like there's a
Yeah.
couple of cities where it is legal.
Yep.
But it's slowly catching on.
right. So I love when I go to my people in Flint where it is recreationally legal. They love and enjoy Terryberries. So we infuse, they get to taste our chocolate-covered strawberries and pretzels and cake pops. And
Next time you go,
turtles
please take me.
and we do well there. We make buttercream icing. We make our own butter.
Okay.
So
That is having experience
actually
with
I'm
my butter.
hosting a
That's
bake
good.
sale in the Michigan area around the 18th of December. I'll keep you all posted.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Gotcha.
So what would you title this phase of your business?
The evolution.
That's a good one.
That is good.
I would call it the evolution.
Yes.
Mhm.
And in the sense of evolving, we all have our successes, and you talk about a lot of your successes. Like at some point where you I don't know if I can do this.
Plenty of failures. In between, I just recently learned what to do in between successes. Because in between successes, they might be milestones or parts of the business that you celebrate, but they never last long. In this evolution, I have had plenty of down moments. Plenty. Plenty.
So what do you need to
Like, why did you even ask like that? But yeah, in those moments, you know what? Those are the true moments. It's easy to take the pictures and celebrate and say, this is what happened today, or this is where we're going. But the steps that it took you to get there, when you be like, these motherfuckers do not want this.
Oh, yes.
What brings you back the next day is that I can do this. That I've done this already.
You got a vision.
Yeah, I've just stood on many
And
mics.
I think that's the
You know,
drive. That's the drive of all
You
of it.
have
It's
to
like,
be your own motivation too. You have to believe
Because you
in.
can't be your own
Especially
boss
once
and
you've
need
had
someone
a
to
win.
motivate you.
Right.
especially once you've had a win and you know
Right.
you can do it.
Yeah, but your next win might not come for 7 or 8 months.
But you know that you're capable
But
of
you
a
know
win.
you capable and you know it's coming.
Yeah.
You know, and that's when you hone into your God. That for real. That's when you hone into God. Now, all jokes aside, and you say, Lord, restore my strength.
Yeah.
Because that's what brought me to this moment.
Right.
You know what I mean? My strength. So restore that. Give me something, and always, no fail, no matter what, you will get that glimpse or glimmer of hope, those orders,
Yes.
those phone calls.
But he's always on
All,
time.
there
Yes,
you go.
yes, yes.
That part.
I'm a heathen, but I know the word.
Hey, we all are. That's all.
So what does Terry Berries need to succeed?
Terry Berries
Where
to
you going?
succeed. I would like to have a little bit to succeed. I would
Not that.
definitely like to have sponsorships. No, I do. I would like to have a building. I feel that I would be like at the height of my height and
She said
ready
she
to
was getting a
soar.
refill because she didn't like that.
Oh, that
If-
wasn't so bad.
Oh, and
Oh.
she poured it in her cup.
She's
thought
gonna
it
drink
was
it
bad.
anyways.
If we had a building right now, I think we would be, very successful. That way, that would enable me to easier be able to get grants. I do have a nice person who's willing to help me write grants. So, the money doesn't really scare me at all, but I would like to be able to have a storefront. If I had a storefront where people could come in and out daily, I wouldn't have to have a job because I also have a job. So this would just enable me to do Terry Berries all day on a bigger scale and guarantee make money.
Oh. So what advice would you give to new or aspiring people who want to start their business in the food industry?
You can do this. You can do this.
Oh, you
If
cannot
you did-
scare me like that.
Oh
I
my
thought you went
goodness,
upstairs.
yes. Is that the wine?
Yes, it
Yay.
is, it is.
I would first tell them, enjoy the wine. Thank you. Thank you. Oh yes,
Gotcha,
this is
gotcha,
perfect.
gotcha.
I would first
That's
tell new and inspiring business owners, first be sure.
You have to pour yours back.
Be
in.
sure. She gave you something, Grace.
That's all right. That's me, y'all. I done drank a lot of stuff, so.
I'm like, yeah, that you might have a hard time getting.
No.
I would
Go
first
ahead.
say, be true to yourself. Keep your heart to staff.
What's 2020? What's 2022?
Any
Terry
crazy?
Berries vision.
Well, okay, I'm going to answer both questions. What I would tell new and inspiring business owners are, be true to yourself. Don't give up and don't let the outside in. That's just my line. 2022, I know Terry Berries is going to do big things. I'm looking forward to my collaboration. That's just like the hit for me. I'm looking to do more for my community, and I'm looking to get a storefront. Once I get a storefront, I can then offer more to my community. I can offer more to my local retailers and start to invest in some of their products and services to help me grow. I also will be doing a 2022 turkey dinner drive. Not a turkey drive. I am not giving out 5,000 frozen ass turkeys. It doesn't matter. I'm giving out dinners. We want to eat dinners, like for real. I appreciate my people. I love the way people give out turkeys. But what if somebody comes to get a turkey? You're already talking about somebody who might be homeless or
What
you
they
know,
gonna do
or
with that
on
turkey?
the brink,
Cook it in the
or
sun?
on the brink of being single by themselves,
They got no
elderly.
money. They got
You
no
know,
money.
you're just there by yourself
And
or
I've
feeble.
listen,
What's a turkey?
FYI, I've been homeless and I've seen them damn turkey drive. Don't you want a turkey? What am I supposed to do with a turkey in my little box? What am I supposed to do with that?
Look,
Cook it over the dumpster fire? What am I supposed to do
lived
with
in a
this?
house with my grandma for 3 years. Dude, a turkey don't mean nothing to somebody with a broken spirit. But let me tell you how a dinner will do you. A dinner will do you. A dinner will take a sister to her house and have her thinking about some real stuff. Giving her hope and the ability that things will change. Tomorrow's a new day. Somebody
Right.
just fed my whole family. We are not giving you frozen food. I will give you
wanna
a
feed the
dinner
spirit.
that you can put in your microwave for 5 minutes and remember, one, I didn't cook this because I got something else to plan. Remember this though, for real. When you're not that, and I've been planning. Like when I'm not busy, I'm not popping out stuff every day. But when I'm not busy, somebody just recently told me this. When you're not busy is when you plan.
Oh yeah.
So I've planned this whole turkey drive out in my mind for 2022. I've planned to find me a building in 2022. I plan to employ some local people in 2022. And whatever else got on my plate, I plan to be able to have a heart big enough to eat it all.
That's
Right.
My problem with the turkey drives is sometimes, most of the time, it's the people that aren't doing anything else all year long, and they pop up like, I want to give back to my community, and I'm just gonna give a turkey or frozen
And my
turkey.
thing is, like, you get some of these people that, and I don't say this the wrong way, but sometimes you get these people that ain't nothing but a coin, and that ain't nothing but a drop in the bucket.
Right.
And you do it one time a year.
And you didn't
and be
pay
out
for
here
it.
like
And
I'm a
what did you do?
philanthropist.
It was
Look what I
donated.
do. You didn't even buy them turkey.
We are providing dinners, like for real. Me, I am going to get a team, and I don't know where I'm going to find these people, but they're out there somewhere. I ain't worried about it. I need a team of sweet potato makers. I need a team of green bean makers. We're giving out pans of hot food. When you go home tomorrow, you can scoop from this pan and make a plate. Guess what? There are people who say, dang, I wish I had more. I would invite somebody. I wish I had a little more. Now she can, or he can invite their neighbor because they got a pans of food. You know, so not only are you helping your community, you're enabling your community to help
help
somebody
someone
else
else, yeah.
because everybody who needs is not in your line.
Yes.
Real talk.
And that's the type of free things that we need, things that lift your spirit up. Because I always, like, it's along the lines of, like, that person having the free time to plan something else, especially if they're not where they want to be, but they might be where they need to be. And my issue is, you can, the saying goes, you can give a guy a fish, and he eats for one day, or you could teach a guy to fish, and he can eat for life, and you can teach someone else how to fish. And how I tie that in is the fact that you're giving someone something that lifts their spirits up to get them to that point to where they could plan something else.
Right.
And I'm always saying, like, in Braddock, like, you can give out free stuff or you can give people opportunities where they could be able to purchase things.
Yeah.
And
Because
that makes
the
them
thing
feel
is, you
more
could
proud.
Right. Yeah, because somebody could get a turkey, right?
Right.
Okay, they homeless, you
Right.
know, they can have a turkey. You know, and maybe they find a way to cook it. Maybe they find a way to eat it. But then when that turkey is gone, they right back at square one.
Right.
Their spirit is still broken.
Right.
They mindset is still right where they're at.
Right.
But you get somebody a meal, and I am a food eater, so I believe in the power of a good meal. You know, that's why I cook the way I do. That's why I do
somebody
what I
And
do.
else-
you
it
cook
makes
because you're macaroni and cheese today, sis.
And that's why I do it. I don't do it because I'm trying to.
It makes them feel
I do it
human.
because I feel like
Right.
I don't know everybody's
When you
walking
give
life.
someone
It
a
makes
frozen-
them-
It makes them feel. Sometimes you can taste something. Somebody can give you something, and that taste will bring you all the way back to your
Yes,
childhood
like you
and make you remember some stuff and give you hope. You're like, oh, I remember when my mama used to cook like that.
Yeah.
It smelled like my grandma's house, or something like that, or even
Yep.
man, I remember when I used to be able to do this, and you know what? I never thought about. I could go back to school and do
Let
this.
me try
You know
to
what
make
I'm saying?
these cookies again.
You know
Well,
what I'm
you know
saying?
what? That girl ain't did nothing but, because somebody go, that girl ain't did nothing but this. You know what?
You know,
Right.
And
I can add some nutmeg to that, make it twice. You know what I'm
thank
saying?
you. Yeah, be
But
inspired.
it gives them inspiration. It makes them feel like, you know,
Yes.
that was
It
a
gives
good meal.
them-
It makes them feel
Give them
full.
a planner for the year of
Yeah.
22, 23
And
to
nothing
20,
better than
I
a
mean
good meal and
2022 to
conversation.
2023.
That's actually what I'm coming out with next year. I'm coming out with planners and books, notebooks on how to show people how to map out their stories.
I like affirmation
like
cards.
journals. I figured out how to make journals. I was like, this
And
is
I've
simple.
learned a lot. Like when we first started this what we called a podcast. It's really not a podcast. It's really a show at this point. But I've learned a lot since we started because, you know, at the end of the day, we all have our own separate walks. You know, we're friends and we have a lot in common, but we all walk through life differently. So when we come together, a lot of times we'll say things, and I'm like, yo, I never even thought of something like that. You know, or I'll say something, and I've learned how to, appreciate listening to people talk and listening to other people's walks of life and listening to other journeys and other opinions and stuff like that because it's important for you to absorb that in order for you to grow as a person. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is. It is. And you know what it does for me? When I'm around young ladies.
Well, you call
It
me
just
young too.
I ain't young, girl.
Please.
You look young. Oh, thank God I don't look like what I've been through. Hallelujah. We're all toasted.
She used to have a rap group.
Thank you.
What?
Yes, I
She
did.
used to have a
yes,
rap
I
group.
did. Yes, I did.
Hold on, we can't
I
choose
used to have a rap group.
Oh,
I was
we
in
can
the
listen.
restaurant.
They will attest. I got a mic. What's up?
I drop a line.
That's another episode.
I
That's
drop a line.
another
I
episode.
drop a line or 3 or 4. I'm
I
really
used
good.
to-
Like
Oh,
I
you
kill
want?
bars.
Oh, you want to? Oh, look.
Like I
Well,
really do. I'm
well,
gonna still freestyle kill
I
bars.
mean, if you
And
want to.
that's why I say no.
I see. I was trying, y'all. I was trying for y'all.
When
I'm
she said
trying.
it so calm though, that's why I say no.
See, that's a bar.
That's why That's why I love being around young women. You just keep me youthful. Things
Man,
that you
that's
talk
you
about.
young. What you mean?
I ain't young. I got kids your age. Yeah.
Listen.
Let the church say amen to that. They
Nah,
have your
'cause you
problem.
my age.
We'll talk about
Wait,
that.
look at this neck. Look at this
thing
neck.
go off. I ain't showing mine. That with this thing go off.
But again, at least we don't look like what
We don't
been
look like
through.
what we've been through. And when I'm around young ladies who have new and innovative ideas, I just suck it all in like a sponge because it just makes me like think of things different. Look at things different. Look at people different. Respect differences, and differences change, and change is ever evolving. And I want to forever evolve.
And then one day she came, like we met, and she said, "I quit my job." That's how she started the meeting. And I was like, "You did what?"
You know how many
Just
times
let
I
it
came
go.
to her and told her how to quit my job.
You quit your job every other job. You don't have a job, and you're like, "I quit my job."
Just say whatever I was doing and just quit.
You're like, wait, you were working somewhere? And I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't tell you that. Last week I took on a job doing this, and then I said, girl, that ain't for me. I'm gonna need you to stop doing that. I'm like, it wasn't fulfilling my purpose. Your purpose is to get the bag, and you're messing it up.
Right, but it's just how, it's like how you see fit. Like work is just that when you're not fucking
Honey.
happy. And I know because I have a job. Outside of what I love to do, which is why I need a storefront.
Speak
So I can do what I need to do all day. Look what I need to do. It's now a need. It just got a need. But what I like to do all day and what satisfies my soul and satisfies my pocket, I could do all. I would love to do it all day. But I work because I don't have that capability right now. That job.
But it's gonna come.
But there's such a step. It's like me standing on this table and I'm okay all day, balanced even. When my shift comes, it's like one of my feet, just one of my legs.
and now you gotta
Stepping
bounce on
off.
three. Yep.
And I'm like, oh, fuck. I just
I
got
don't know how
fucked
you
up.
do what you do, but
And it's not comfortable. And I'm a school board director. So keep in mind, whoop whoop woody high.
Oh hell!
Occupied.
Sorry, y'all probably won't get that unless y'all from here. But what she just said hit me in my heart.
So, speaking of new
Would you like a
experiences,
shot, everybody?
so speaking of new experiences and trying new things, what would you recommend that a new customer try from you?
A new customer on the sweet boutique side, I definitely would recommend the red velvet cupcakes because I have mastered making the best cream cheese icing in the world to the point where this is bad, but it's good.
One more
When
time.
I got it,
It's bad, but it's good.
When I'm done with it, I put it in a Ziploc bag and I freeze it because I use it in my cake pops. I used to
That's
buy.
what you put in them cake.
I
See,
used
I was gonna
to
ask
buy store-bought icing because it's the right density for frozen cake.
Nah, but that cake pop I had love in it. I tasted.
I love every
You know what I need to
ball
get you
that
on
I
next?
ball.
So I have a question for all of us.
Okay. Uh
So, knowing what you know now, what advice would you give your younger self about money?
oh.
Get that credit together. True. That
Get that
ugly
credit.
C word. Get that shit right.
Not only
Like
credit,
honestly, it is. I hear you. I hear so much. Daily, people come at me because I'm at an evolution stage in
You
my
can't do
business.
nothing.
So people are like,
Can't do nothing without no
tell
credit.
you about this. Also, Terry, check this out. But the bottom line comes to this. Oh, you know there's a way around it. You meet every man in
You
evolution.
need credit.
Every
You gotta
person. You bottom line here is guess what?
Pay your bills. Pay your bills.
If you're on the lie heap, that is a lie heap. Pay it.
Also, teach your kids about
Yeah.
financial literacy. You can't be like, oh, I want to pass down generational wealth or care
Or
about
debt.
generational
And
wealth.
stop accepting these damn credit card offers.
And quit accepting these broke ass niggas. Look here. I'll tell you. If you're in debt, this is a table. This is a table, and this is a great place to be.
Stop.
Seriously, quit.
I am-
Because this is a table.
Oh, she done took it full
If you
circle.
don't have nothing,
Lord.
your kids, your
Alright,
struggle.
that ain't enough.
Why you taking in somebody
Hey, pass me
else's
that bottle.
in a bad
That ain't
situation?
enough. Oh my Lord.
You're not
She
getting
done
ahead
run
this
all the
way.
to the
He's not getting you nowhere, sis. Period, bro. She ain't getting you nowhere neither. Like, don't bring nobody to this thing called the table who don't already got what you have or more. You are putting yourself in social debt, relationship debt.
Emotional
Don't
debt.
do that. It fucks with your bag.
You could say that a little
That's
bit
not-
louder for the people
Also,
next door.
no, also
Yeah.
realize
You should
that
make it a little bit
people
louder
people
for
have
the
to
people next
realize
door.
That's silly.
people have to realize that they're struggling and they're not teaching their kids about money and financial literacy is creating some kind of financial trauma for their kids, and it's just passing the baton down.
Real talk.
And it's just teaching them to overspend because once they do have money, I tell people all this all the time, and it took me a while to learn this. You can have all the money in the world, but it don't mean nothing if you don't know how to budget. And if you grew
Right.
up poor and your parents didn't teach you anything about money or financial literacy, and you watch them struggle, when you have money, you're gonna try and overspend to catch up with all the things that you didn't have. And that's important because once you can be successful and you can have money, but you're still gonna fail if you don't know how to manage your own money.
No, that's
My mom-
living
my
living
mom-
with the Joneses. Like everybody's looking around and they're like, oh well, and a lot of this is like media, TV, these rappers, these entertainers, people that ain't their money. It's not their money. They're not.
Somebody
paying for
gave
this.
them $20,000 to
They
start
gotta pay that
and $30,000 to entertain you.
And
Right.
And after they get them paying them back, they should have about 15,000.
And on top of
but they
that,
spent it at the jewelry store before they got to the show.
when you all hear
Right.
people talking about, oh, I went to Jacob and I spent about a house on a chain, trust me, if they went to Jacob and they bought a piece, not only that, that means that Jacob is getting the bag. Because a lot of times these jewelers are only leasing these stars, these pieces, these custom-made pieces, so they will show us to the world, drop their name, and then they get some money. It's a process. Don't get caught up in the fact that this person is over here with the Audi and the Lexus and the whatever it is. They ain't bought that. The record company bought that. They're gonna pay that back. Trust me. If their next record don't sell, they gonna collect. They gonna be like,
We're not gonna hear from
we
them
taking all
anymore.
that back. Stop trying to live up to these things that are false. They're all false. If you got $25 in your account, why are you buying Henny? Why are you trying to do that? It's not important. Why don't you pay a bill? Why don't you put that money to the side and wait for your next paycheck, and then instead of having $25, you have $50?
Or just buy a small Henny and don't invite any friends over.
Yeah, you can do that. That little $3.99 bottle will get you where you need to
I'm a true
go.
believer in treating yourself.
Or don't buy Henny.
There's
other
other
shit.
alcoholics I was sitting there
Listen,
getting.
go get you some ENJ and call it even. You can get like 3 bottles in
I like how we digress.
Hold on, wait,
Don't buy-
hold on, wait,
it's
wait.
about little
She
wives,
said this.
don't buy
Hold on,
any.
wait.
She said this Finny.
There's Finny or
Finny. Listen, there's other things. Listen, don't be afraid of that bottom shelf unless you get to the, Vladimir, then you've gone too far. Come back. You get to that Vladimir.
Yeah, stay in your lane. And I mean, I agree, have to agree
Get
to
you a bottle
disagree
of wine
with you.
that's $9.99, have you a good time, and still have a little bit of dime to go and do some other things. Like put gas in your car, put food on your table.
Pay the rest of your bills.
Right. Don't be trying to, I got a little bit of Henny. For what? They don't care. Hennessy doesn't care about your life.
Let someone else foot your bill that week.
Don't live up to the Joneses.
Right.
Live in your own means. Like, get the bag, keep the bag.
Those
He
are
said
all
that-
good points.
Yeah.
I like to end the show on a good positive note. So this go around, we're gonna do something different. Name something positive that happened to you this week.
Ooh.
Everybody's always could tell you the first thing people could say is, "I know the most worst thing that happened this week," but I want you to tell the
The
best
most
thing that happened.
positive thing that
The
happened
best
this
thing
week.
that happened to you this week.
I woke up every day this week.
That's
All right, that's good. That's definitely the best thing that you gotta have. Wake up to get that started.
I was given a second chance to wake up every day this week.
That's right. That's it.
I'm gonna let one of y'all go. I gotta think on that.
Well, I don't really have to think far on this because this week, the best thing that happened to me was collaborative efforts. I had someone actually come to me today and say, "Terry, I admire your many years of work. Just when you don't think anyone's paying attention to you, here I am in this space. What I think I'm doing is just, here, let me sling some chicken wings and some fish." And she comes in and she's like, "Terry, I admire you." And I'm like, "For what?" But thank you. It did. It meant the world to me. It made me
There's
feel
always regardless, I tell her this, I'm like, regardless of, everything that you do, you may not think that someone's watching you and is and actually appreciates what you do, but there's someone that is watching you and congratulating you.
And that was awesome to hear that from somebody today. So that's one of the best things that happened to me this week, along with being able to collaborate. And I have to touch back on what you said, Angel, about when you look at these rappers and you look at these people and you see this money, that's not their money. You can look at somebody we can all relate to as simple as any entertainer. They do not walk into a studio, present their product or their song, and their money. They go in there with a song. However it got written, whatever the music they did to put the music behind it, all they got is that song.
Exactly.
Is that person behind the desk that says, hey, if you go to these 3 sound stages and you sing this song, we'll give you 25 to 35,000.
Maybe.
Maybe.
And sometimes it's a maybe.
But, or you sound so good, hey, we got 15,000 for you. So I never really realized that till it happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought it took my own money. Because for 9 years, I've been spending my own money. I've been going to work, getting a paycheck like everybody else does, and spending it on what I'm trying to do. So if that comes out double time, yay me. If that come out not at all, woe is me. So this week, I also am blessed to say I learned to see how your worth works for you.
I got a question for you. And this is a business-to-business question. Because I struggle with this, and I'm going to continue to struggle, and I hope one day I get better. But how long, once you got, like, to the point where you're like, yo, this is what I could do, I'm going to try and sling this, I'm going to try and get this to people, how long did it take for you to actually see, like, a profit? Not like a profit like, oh, well, I didn't spend all of my money, but, like, you know, a profit, like you operating
Like
in
7
black.
years. 7 years. There were Christmases I did, and that ain't no lie. That
I know
stands
it ain't.
true. Like, it stands so fucking true that there's been more Christmases that I didn't get no money than it did. This is my second Christmas. Straight up. That I can say, I'm booked into next year.
And you're making a profit.
And I am making a profit. I
So-
love it.
Thanks for
Yeah.
securing the bag with us.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk shit.
Thank you for
Thank you for
coming.
and drop knowledge.
Please subscribe. It should be like over here somewhere. She does that.
Yeah.
Right around here. Up here. Right here.
Y'all are all pointing in different directions. It'll just be, you'll see it.
There'll be a lot of subscribes everywhere. No, I'm playing. They'll be doing right here somewhere.
House Wine.
Wine House, House Wine, Angel Lee TV, YouTube. Y'all already know what it is.
Yes.